Where's the champagne?
It's the champagne girl. We've had it. 1, 2, 3. I'm here with my fabulous friend in Montmartre in Paris, Lauren Moore. Lauren,
Yes.
have you anything to say to me? We've just had a liquid champagne lunch on a gorgeous spring day here in Montmartre, and I know you've been saying to me since I met you about a year ago, Orla, you've got to come to Paris. And I've said many times, Lauren, I've been to Paris loads and loads of times, but I have never experienced Paris like this. Lauren, what attracts you to Montmartre?
What attracts me to here is just, it's like stepping into an old book, you know, about Toulouse-Lautrec or Vincent van Gogh, and you're following in their footsteps. It's steeped in history. There's beautiful architecture. So everywhere you go, your brain is enlightened by this exquisite architectures with all the balcons or balconettes on all the apartments. And there's cobblestone driveways, and it just feels very at home for me. And it's a town where it's built like first from windmills, and then it built up in the 19th century from cabaret shows. And I just always loved nightlife. And so there's art, nightlife, architecture, beautiful food, and it's a vibrant, vibrant town. I love it.
Something very authentic about Montmartre. I think when you're here and you're walking through the streets, you can kind of sense the history in it. And I know as an artist, you were telling me when we were out for lunch today that many, many famous artists have lived or worked here.
Yes, so Vincent van Gogh started here, and he exhibited his first paintings in a restaurant, and it didn't go down too well, and he was handed back his paintings, which is so ironic because they're so admired by the public now. You know, his mental angst that he had somehow translated with this extraordinary perception into his paintings. And when I look at his paintings, you know, I do feel Montmartre, and it's real life here. That's what I love, and I sense it, and it's like walking in Van Gogh's footsteps. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I really, really like about it.
And how has your relationship with Paris and with Montmartre influenced your own, I suppose, sense of interiors, your own art, your own fashion sense?
Okay, so well, a lot of my love of Paris stemmed from Sofia Coppola's movie Marie Antoinette, and I just fell in love with the colors and the lifestyle and the big hairdos and the dresses, and it was just an extraordinary time. I find it so fascinating. So when I saw that movie for the first time, I knew I had to go to Paris. I just had this instinct. I was drawn to it. And so when I go to Paris, I'm always looking at it through Marie Antoinette's eyes in some kind of way. And I'm like absorbing all the fashion and the style and the couture and the architecture. Of course, the food is stunning as well.
Mm-hmm.
I love that,
stunning,
and
yeah.
you know, they know how to drink champagne and bubbles
They
here.
know how to drink champagne at lunch here. We have we're just back from a couple of glasses of champagne after we were out last night in La Avenue, and we went to the Palace Athena. But for me, I said to you, the highlight of the evening was going to that cabaret club.
Yeah, there's a wonderful cabaret show. It's actually in Pigalle, which is just a short walk from Montmartre, and it's called Sister Midnight. And they have cabaret shows weekly, which really took off since COVID. And I just love this kind of boutique it's kind of like a little gin joint. And, you know, you meet lots of people, and they have these old-fashioned curtains, and it's kind of like kitsch, kind of modern. And when the show comes on, they have an old traditional light shining on the star coming out, and they mime these acts coming out, and you just don't know what's going to come through the curtain next.
Well, we're going to a show tonight.
Yeah.
I actually cannot wait. I've never been to a show like that.
You're going to love it.
I know I'm going to love it. I know. And I know we had a conversation earlier because we both love fashion.
Yes.
I think fashion helps us communicate our own identity,
Yes.
our own personal identity.
Yes.
And I know when I met you, I said, Lauren, you're like the living embodiment of Marlene Dietrich.
Oh.
And, you know, she's not French, of course, she's German.
Yes.
And for those who don't know, look her up. She's a movie star. I think she started her career in the silent movies, but then kind of translated into the talkies in her time. And I think she lived to a grand old age. I think she lived to her 90s.
She did. She lived quite long, and
a really interesting character.
She was interesting because, like, she was back then, like, for a woman to wear trousers was like unheard of, and it was like very taboo. And she wore a full tuxedo and top hat and beautifully manicured face and everything. And I just loved that iconic look she had. So I did several paintings of Marlene Dietrich, but she had like just an extraordinary camera personality and presence, and plus she loved fashion, but she had a very unique kind of taste, and that's what I was really just drawn to her. And so I did a beautiful painting of her in a tuxedo, and she had a beautiful white shirt on and a flower on her tuxedo. So somehow all of that just got instilled into me, so I wear this kind of, I've got a dressage hat on today.
As you do.
And I wear ties sometimes, and so I love the high tailoring with fashion and just letting your own personality come through. And
letting it speak for your own personality. Yes. And you love tailoring as well.
I do. I don't have quite couture style, but you can mix high street stuff up. Mm-hmm. You know, to get a fabulous look, and it's how you walk as well, and
it's how you walk and how you wear it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's and how you walk, as you said, how you carry yourself.
Yes.
And the confidence that what you're wearing gives to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I always say, like, fashion is so much more than what we wear. It's an expression of our identity, our inner souls, almost. Maybe it's sometimes who we want to be.
Yes.
You know, we're projecting.
Yes.
And sometimes the people that kind of dress the most overtly are actually quite shy people.
Okay.
You know, and they're using that as a communication kind of way of communicating with the world when perhaps they're not good communicators themselves. Yes. You know, and I think that's one of the most important kind of functions.
Yeah, it's important to be yourself for them.
Functions
and just to express yourself how you want to. So that's what I kind of do. I kind of parked like being worried what other people think, and I just dress to feel confident and to feel myself. Mm-hmm. So and that's what I've learned to do. But I want to push the boat a little bit when I dress, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, and you do. I just walk around in your shadow and just watch the impact you have when you walk into a room. Everybody like in their nice little dresses, like me, for instance, turn around, like safe dressers like me, and they turn around, and then in comes Lauren, and everybody just stops and stares. You love it up.
Well, I love the shock factor.
You love it up. I want to talk just a little bit more so people can kind of understand your art. So I've been to your home, and you know, it's periods of your life with different pieces of art that you have either painted yourself or that you have collected.
Yes.
And you, of course, were a successful artist, and you painted an Icon series. I think you said to me it was one of the first
series. Yes, my first show, which happened quite by accident. I had painted a painting of Johnny Depp, and because I loved his cool character. I always loved people that were a bit edgy. And someone found out I had painted Johnny Depp, and they asked could they buy it for their wife. And I didn't want to sell the painting anyway. The guy wouldn't leave till he bought the painting, and I sold it. And word got round in Houghts, where I live, and a restaurant called Ella. It was a beautiful restaurant. They asked me would I have a show. So I spent 2 weeks solidly painting pictures. And I did Kate Moss and Marlene Dietrich and a lot of the icons, Greta Garbo and all of those old 1920s Hollywood icons. And anyways, had this show, and which was a great buzz for me, and I sold a load of paintings, and off started my career in painting.
Yeah.
And I was mostly attracted to female beauty and iconic figures, and that led to me hosting in the Newbridge Silverware Museum. So I exhibited there for a year a lot of paintings of Marilyn Monroe. and Marlene Dietrich and Jean Harlow, all of those icons. It was just amazing to have this ordinary life and then just be transported into an art world. And I just loved it all. I loved it.
And we may return to art again soon, hopefully, if you have the time. You know. And tell me, Paris, you first came here, what, about 20 years ago then?
Yes.
And if you were to sum up your relationship with this city, what would it be?
My relationship really summed up is that the way I want to live my life, I love where I live in Howth, but to be me, I have to be in Paris as well. So I need both. Mm-hmm. I just love being in the center of Europe here. The capital of the fashion world, I think, is Paris. Mm-hmm. and style, and there's a history of handmade things and beautiful apartments. I'm very attracted to Haussmann apartments, and they were built in the 19th century. Mm-hmm. These tall ceiling apartments with beautiful fireplaces and tall windows with lots of natural light. So everyone lived in small spaces, but they wanted to make them so beautiful for people. They transformed Paris from the slums. They knocked them all down. Mm-hmm. And they built this beautiful city to attract the world, really. And that's what attracts me to Paris.
And it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Yes.
It is. So listen, thank you to Lauren for having a little chat. I think she's a wonderful guest. And we're actually sitting here on the balcony of her hotel room here in Montmartre, and we are playing with the aircon system beside us. So it's unusually warm in Paris at the moment. It's like 18
warm, yes.
degrees, and it's the 7th, am I right, of March. So we're enjoying the spring sunshine and the ambience and magic that is Paris. Lauren, thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Orla. You're so good. Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Goodbye from both of us.
Bye.